Hey everybody, it's Holly
and Heather,
and welcome to a Sunday edition. Should I say, May the 4th be with you? It's May 4th. So
wow.
happy May 4th to all my Star Wars buddies. Everybody's always on here going, May the 4th be with you.
I mean, that's true.
So anyway, welcome. We're so glad you're here. We're so glad you're going to join us. Go grab yourself a little snack and some coffee, and we're just going to chit-chat today. There's not too much going on, but, you know, Heather can always find something.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I already see that the picture is a little sketchy because what? April showers did not bring Mayflowers. It brought more rain. More rain. It has been serious monsoon rain every single day here, at least in Tennessee and Nashville. And right now, I think it's raining again outside.
So please forgive us if the internet connection is sketchy.
Yes, it took a minute for it to even come on a second ago. We were like, uh-oh, it might not even come on.
It's like it's a little bit crazy around here. All over Tennessee, because I've been in East Tennessee this week and I've been in Nashville, and it has been a monsoon both places. So I hope it's warm and dry where you're at. I'm ready for summer. I'm ready for some sunny days.
Yep.
So
absolutely. But you know what? It is May, and it's hard to believe that it's already May. But that also means what? We're on the 3-month countdown to Elvis.
Are you serious?
3-month countdown.
Where is this year going, y'all?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Crazy. It's crazy. But
Lord.
Yeah. And May 1st was Elvis and Priscilla's wedding day. Yeah.
Wow.
May 1st, 1967.
Wow. That is a long time.
I have a piece of lint or something right here that I keep trying to get. But yeah, not a whole lot going on as far as like announcements and things, you know, this week to talk about, but a few things to talk. Seriously, I don't know what that is, but a few things to talk about and announcements to make. And stay tuned for the very end, because we're going to show a very, very special gift that we got in the mail. Yes. So you definitely want to stay tuned for that, because we are super excited about it. And I know all of our Elvis Bessies out there that love to see Heather's hauls, and you love to see my treasures, and live vicariously through all my crazy Elvis memorabilia and stuff. You're going to love this one.
I can say it's Holly's haul, because I got something too, or maybe H squared haul. That's my new favorite thing.
So welcome in. Hope you guys are having a fantastic May already.
Everybody's joining on.
Yeah, thank you for joining in today. How's everybody still liking the 11 o'clock time frame? I feel like it's going well. I keep going back through and reading comments and messages and things every single week, and a lot of people make comments about that, saying this is a good time for you, or you're liking it and everything. So we greatly appreciate that.
Right.
We greatly appreciate that.
There's something going on here. Let me take that off and take this off so you can see our shirts. Because what?
We're honoring Dolly.
We're honoring Dolly today, guys. Guess what? So this is the 40th anniversary of the Dollywood theme park opening. For this coming year. It opened in May of 1986, and they're starting this May through next May celebrating 40 years of Dollywood. And let me tell you guys, you know, Heather and I have a long history with Dollywood because it's right in our neck of the woods. It was my very, very, very first real job, official job outside of school. And it's so funny. I was there a long time. I was there probably, 11 years maybe? But man, and I haven't got a chance. I used to go back, like after I left and we moved to Nashville, I would try to go back at least once a year. And then y'all know how time gets away from you. So I haven't been back in several years. I did go back for a little blip maybe 2 or 3 years ago to see the Christmas shows, because Dollywood seasonal, y'all, if you don't know about this, they do festivals and like themed seasons on it. From when they open, they have like a spring flower, they've got like harvest pumpkins, they've got a summer fest, they've got, of course, Christmas. So I went to Christmas, and I'm gonna tell you what, though, I told Heather we're gonna have to make a trek to Dollywood, because they here in our local news station, they did like an hour-long documentary just of how the park came about and all that. So if anybody's interested, I think I taped it correctly. I tried. I'm gonna try to put it up on our YouTube channel, but because it was really, really interesting. But yeah, I just told you the things behind it and the ideas. But I'm telling you what, after it keeps growing exponentially. Is that the
Exponentially?
Exponentially.
Mm-hmm.
It's unbelievable, y'all. I told Heather we're gonna have to make a trek down there, but we're gonna literally have to stay a week because I feel like it will probably take 4, 5, 6 days to go through each separate, they have little valleys and hollers and just little attractions and so many roller coasters, new rides, new shows, new food, new restaurants. I was like, Heather, it'll take us a week to go through it. So I think we're putting that on the bucket list of H Squared is going to make a trip to Dollywood and take you guys along with us, hopefully. Yeah. Maybe we can try to aim for this year since it's the 40th. They're going to be doing some really fun things. So we'll see.
If you're looking for a vacation destination, Pigeon Forge is great.
Especially for families.
Yeah, Pigeon Forge is great because I feel like it's a pretty good location, drivable location to a lot of different states and things. Yeah. And there's so much to do. That area has just, of course, you can thank Dolly and the Hershon family that started Dollywood. It used to be Silver Dollar City.
Yeah, and before that it was Gold Rush Junction.
Okay, and then it changed, obviously, to Dollywood 40 years ago. But, really, when Dolly and the Hershon family put that there, that area just boomed. We've always had the beautiful Smoky Mountains, which has always been a great draw for people, wanting to come from, all around to see the Smoky Mountains. But when Dolly put Dollywood there, that area just boomed. And even in the last, Holly and I have been gone there since we've lived in Nashville for quite a while, after she left Dollywood and we came to Nashville. And, going back now, it is just unbelievable how many restaurants, shops, attractions, hotels, shopping, everything that there is in that area. You could literally spend weeks and not hit every single restaurant or shop or whatever. And then Dollywood in and of itself. And I think they do the thing that a lot of places theme parks do. I think if you go the first day, you can if you go the first day, after 3, you can come back the next day all day. Because you'd spend a whole day just walking around looking. You spend a whole day going through her museum because she has a vast museum there as well. Holly and I talk about that. Dolly and her people are almost very similar to Vernon and Elvis and all them. They've kept all her stuff, costumes, outfits from movies and shows and concerts and videos and things, and her jewelry and her wigs and her shoes and, childhood stuff. So you can spend a whole day going through the museum. She has great gift shops that are there. And as we all know, we talk about Dolly and what an entrepreneur. She's pretty much putting her name on everything. She is coming out. I just think I saw the last week that she now has frozen dinners
that I'm going to try.
Yeah.
We should do a taste test.
Yeah, she now has frozen dinners, but and there's so many rides, and they always add a new roller coaster or a new ride every single year. And then there's really never a bad time to go to Dollywood, but they have a great fall festival where they have a lot of the I guess you would call them woodworkers and artisans that come and show their
and I'll tell you, if you're into nature and things like that, October, November is the best time to go to the Smoky Mountains because the leaves changing and all the greenery changing from summer to fall. It is extraordinary. It is so beautiful. And and like I say, you can have a 2-year-old, you can have an 18-year-old, and you know how they're all hard to please, but you can find something for everybody there. And I always suggest go get you a nice cabin in the backwoods of Gatlinburg and enjoy the park and then head on into Pigeon Forge and all that. We can do a whole thing about visiting there. I'm telling you what, we're getting off on a tangent. But so happy 40th anniversary to Dollywood, my old home place. I love it. But we're going to take you guys there sometime.
Yeah, let's say hello to some people.
Yeah.
Is it raining where you are?
Well, I just saw a comment pop up and said they had 3 tornadoes. I don't know who it was.
Oh, goodness. Because, it looks I thought the picture might clear up some, but it looks like it's still really scattered and blurry. But
I know, anyway. I kind of love it. It's kind of giving a blurred effect. So
good. Then you probably can't see how tired I am.
I know you look great. You look great.
Hello, Teresa. Hello, Mary. Catherine, she says, did we go to Opryland back in the day? We did get to go to Opryland a couple of times before it closed.
When we were little, that's before we lived here.
Yeah, when we were like little, because Holly and I were baton twirlers and we were majorettes. And we were in all kinds of contests, and they always had our state contest down here in Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes, when we would come for that, we might get to go to Opryland. And I really wish they had never torn Opryland down.
I'm telling you what.
I think
they
that
made
was
it
such
into
a
mall,
mistake.
and that was the dumbest thing
I think that was
ever
such
done.
a mistake to close down Opryland. And for a while, several years ago, Dolly thought about doing a theme park here in Nashville, like a much smaller version of Dollywood, or even like a water park. She also has Splash Country.
Yeah,
that's another thing you can spend a day doing. She has Splash Country. It's another little water theme park in Pigeon Forge, but she thought about doing that, and then I think like plans fell through with codes and building and the land and all that. But yeah, Opryland, missed that.
It was. I'm telling you, it had some of the best shows you'd ever want to see, because of course it was in Nashville, so I mean, talent abundance here, so for singers and songwriters and show people.
Hello, Carol. Always great to see you on here. And you're going to lead me into another thing I wanted to talk about. She says, I love the H squared moniker. Well, you can thank my Elvis bestie, Patrick Dunn, for that moniker. He named Holly and I H squared.
I don't think he named us. He just
he called us
in
that.
passing, because the guy's so witty.
But then it like caught on. Like he passed us literally one day when we were at the guest house. And we just got out of a show as well as him, and he came like flying by us with his stuff,
running.
And he was like, "What's up, H squared?"
And we were like, Patrick knows us. We're like, oh my God, he knows our names start with H's. What?
And then from then on, Holly was like, oh my goodness, H squared. That's so clever. And so she's been calling us H squared, but that's thanks to Patrick. And I am so excited to announce, and I hope a lot of you saw it. If you didn't, go check out Patrick's Facebook page and his Instagram. But you know that we've all been praying and worried and concerned about Patrick after his accident back in January. He posted this week, and in his own words, he's back. And he posted a picture and an update, and he looks fantastic.
Great.
He looks incredible. So yes, a big shout out to him. We are so thrilled and happy to see that he is back and that he is on the mend. He still has, some appointments and some things going on, but he looks fantastic. And so fingers crossed, hopefully that means he will be at Elvis Week.
I'm so hoping.
They haven't announced it. Yeah, he hasn't mentioned it. They haven't announced it yet. And I commented back to his post, and I was like, oh, it's very clever of myself. Sometimes I can be clever. But I commented back to his post, and just said that, that made Holly and I's hearts so happy to hear that he was back and he was doing well and that we really missed him. And I was like, you should have your own comeback special at Elvis Week.
So get to working on it. Graceland, Patrick, y'all get to working on it.
Comeback special.
I'm not kidding. But he needs it.
So excited to hear that announcement this week. And again, go check it out because he looked so great in the picture.
He did. He looked great.
Super happy about that. But that's where the H squared came from. Hello, Sandra. Hello, Debbie. Let's see. She says SDC in Branson is awesome too. It's only 3 hours from her, and she goes 4 times per year. What does SDC stand for? So is that like a theme park in Branson? Because Branson is like
they call Pigeon Forge a mini Branson.
Yeah, it's like the bigger version of Pigeon Forge. And y'all know my DNZ's there. So eventually make it to Branson, and so maybe we'll check out this SDC.
Yeah,
and also Branson Elvis Festival going on this weekend. It's been going on this weekend. I think I saw somebody post earlier that they announced the winner of the Branson Elvis Festival. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was Jimmy Holmes. So congratulations to him, because I didn't think he was going to compete anymore. So super happy.
Great.
Super happy to see. So the contest for Elvis Week in August for the ultimate Elvis tribute artist is really coming along.
It's going to be stiff competition.
I mean, we've got our Riley Jenkins in there. We've got Alex Mitchell in there. We've got
Jimmy now.
Yeah, we got Al Jocelyn in there.
Oh, wow.
Who was the other that just got in there the other week?
Oh, I'm trying to think.
Why is it leaving me? He was in the Last Chance last year. Shoot.
It'll come to you. Don't worry. It'll come to you.
It'll come to me. But anyway, really looking good contest. And then let's see.
And thanks to everybody for sticking with us. I can see that the broadcast is a little sketchy at best. So
yeah.
Sorry about that. I don't know what's up with this weather.
Yeah, Carlene, hello in Florida. I hope your weather's better than ours.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Debbie. She says she was there in 2015. Tisa, I love you. I love you because your countdowns are awesome. So she's given us our countdown today.
Okay.
Till Elvis week.
All right.
So here's our countdown exactly. See, I just rounded off. I say 3 months. But Tisa is doing the math. So it is 96 days, 20 hours, 43 minutes, and 16 seconds till Elvis week. Wow.
I'm telling you what.
Wow.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
Hello, Maria. Good evening to you in the UK. Linda, hello. Jane. Aw, she says anytime she gets to see us both is great. She loves to hear all the news.
I know. Speaking of, I'm trying to think. There's not like a ton going on right now. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Although I will say, y'all, one of the things that I was so excited about, that I know a lot of you saw, and he is such a tease. Baz Luhrmann, did you see his post? Did you see his post this week? So he literally, because I guess the Met Gala is coming up again this year.
Okay.
So he reposted like pictures, from last time with him and Austin and Priscilla and Jerry Schilling and everything when they were there for the Elvis movie. And his post just basically said, 5 days to Met. Can't forget the time we took over the carpet for Elvis. It was the beginning of a special year. And then he says, speaking of EPE, ... epic. Elvis Presley in concert before the end of the year. So I love that. He's calling it epic. Elvis Presley in concert. And he says that the never before seen footage, unreleased footage, documentary that he's working on will be coming before the end of the year.
Wow.
I can't wait.
I'm telling you.
I can't wait because I've been like seeing a lot of people post like old footage from like, that's the way it is and Elvis on tour and everything. And it's always so good. All that like rehearsal footage is so good. And like Elvis backstage when he's waiting to go on stage and he's getting all like pumped up and he's nervous and him sitting in the dressing rooms and like going through when he's the opening night, he's going through the and quirks, like he even said about Tom Jones.
He does.
Tom Jones, and he's like, good luck on opening night.
Isn't he the one that's like break a leg or something?
Yeah.
That's
and then there one like he says about the Pope, and he's like he has forsaken me or something. I don't know. Elvis hilarious.
He is funny.
Cannot wait to see this documentary and all of this footage. And Baz is going to do a fantastic job
for sure.
And so that's exciting stuff.
Yeah.
It's gonna still to come for the end of the year. And then also, I don't know if any of you all saw here. I guess I saw this maybe like a week or two ago, but apparently also Netflix is working on a brand new documentary.
What?
I don't think it's going to be released till 2026.
They just did one.
Yeah, they said they wanted to release it on the 49th anniversary. I figured they might save it till the 50th. But yeah, there's some documentary they're doing, and it's called A Deep Dive into the life of the king of rock and roll.
Well, you know what that tells me? That first one was so successful for them, and so many people tuned in that they're just going to keep this ball rolling.
Yeah,
which is great.
It sounds interesting too because it says fans can expect to hear from a range of people who knew Presley best, friends, family, collaborators, and others who lived alongside him during the height of his fame. Promises to explore both the highs and lows of personal and professional journey, shedding new light on some of the more intimate aspects of his life that have remained untold until now. And then let's see. It says, because I know a lot of people always say this, like, what else can they tell us? What else can we learn? But I feel like there's always a little something because Elvis was so complex. I feel like there's always something to learn, about Elvis. I feel like there's a different angle that a lot of these documentaries take, or a certain different aspect they highlight that, brings some stuff to light, or maybe even, like maybe the interviews and stuff they do, it's different people and different things.
Well,
But
I really enjoyed. Remember that last documentary they had? Remember I said to y'all, I was like, I wasn't real pumped about watching it
yeah,
because I was like, I'm not, what else is there to say? But I loved, that was the one with Conan O'Brien and all them. Like I love other people's interpretations and their takes, especially celebrities. I don't know why, but I just love to hear what they have to say. Like if you had told me Conan O'Brien was that big of an Elvis fan, I would have never believed it. And then I'm like, whoa, this dude is like a serious fan. So I'm excited for it now. So my views have been changed. So they can just throw any documentary they want at me and I will watch it.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, I just love to like see them. And again, I just love that, Baz and Netflix and whoever. I don't care if it's stuff I've heard and seen a million times. I'm so excited that they're continuing to put together documentaries and release them on various platforms. Again, it just keeps Elvis's memory and his legacy alive and going, and it just introduces more people. That's how I always think of it. Even if it's, I watch it and I'm like, knew that, saw that, seen that. I'm still like, how many people out there though are there that haven't and don't know and aren't as invested as we are? And now they're going to see these documentaries, and then it's going to open up their whole like eyes and world to this fandom of Elvis, and then they're going to go down the rabbit hole. So I'm always excited when I see like another new documentary.
Well, and I'll tell you this, I don't know if y'all are this way, but if I'm scrolling on Facebook or Instagram or something and a reel comes up about Elvis, or like even just a little snippet of a performance, I'll watch it. Even though I might have seen it 5,000 times, I'll still take the time and, watch a little bit of it. He's so magnetic, but I'm that way about a lot of things. If I love something, I will go back. My favorite TV shows, I'll go back and watch it a million times. Yes.
Like I can't, like my favorite movies, I can't even tell you how many times I've probably seen them.
I could probably write the script for them. Like I could recite.
Yeah, like TV shows and movies that I love, I can recite them. I can recite them.
It's so funny.
Hello, Teresa. She says, Kentucky Rain keeps coming down.
I'm telling you, I know. I'm going to have to rename it Tennessee Rain.
Hello, Kelsey from South Alabama. Norma says she visited the Smoky Mountains, Gatlinburg, and Pigeon Forge back in the 90s. Oh. It was beautiful.
You wouldn't recognize
I was going to say, if you haven't been since the 90s, Norma, you got to come again because it's crazy. Tammy says the 11 o'clock show is great for her. It's 12 where she is. Oh. So you must be on Eastern time.
Awesome.
Let's see. Norma says she also likes the time. Hello, Audrey. Great to see you. Jane says we both have some great shirts from Dolly and Elvis. We do.
Thank you.
Well, that's where all these shirts came from because, as we said, Holly's had a long trek and a long history with Dolly. And when we moved to Nashville, she did her bedazzling and rhinestoning for a number of years. And then they opened a Dolly store called Trinkets and Treasures for a hot minute on 2nd Avenue in downtown Nashville. And Holly worked there, and that's where all these t-shirts came from.
I know. If a new t-shirt came out, I got Heather and I won. So I probably have as many, if not more, Dolly t-shirts than I have Elvis shirts.
Yes. Hello, Vicky in Rhode Island. She says it's a beautiful day there. Yvonne, hello from England. I hope your travels have been amazing. Thank you for updating us on them. Hello, Hillary in England as well. So many England besties.
Well, I think this is a good time for them over there. So
yes. Hello, Angelique. Always great to see you on here. And she says it's a rainy day in the Netherlands.
Telling you what.
Yeah,
that's crazy. And somebody, it was so cute. Somebody messaged me, I think this morning, and was like, I was at a Elvis festival and thought of you because Jay Dupuis sang "Patch It Up." I'm like,
the best. He is the best.
He's the best at it. He is the best at it.
Yeah,
telling you what.
You got to see the best at Patch It Up.
But thank you for thinking of me.
Yeah,
that is my favorite. I mean, it changes, but that's always a definite contender. So y'all know how it is. You can't pick just one of a song, and like your mood changes, and then your song choice changes. But Patch It Up. I'm glad to be associated with that.
Yes. Sonda, you tell Alyssa we said hello. She says, hey, from her daughter, Alyssa McDowell in Louisiana. She loves us and watches us every time we're live. Thank you.
So sweet.
Thank you.
So sweet.
Thank you, Norma. Whew. It's a process. She says that she's so looking forward to seeing this year's goodie bags. It's a process.
We're on it,
We
guys.
are working so hard to get all this stuff together.
I know. And like, you know us, we're indecisive. So we're like, should we do this? Should we do that? Should we do this? Should we do that?
Oh, we're hilarious. Yeah. Like we do the different items and stuff. We literally, Holly will we'll make 50 mock-ups,
Yeah.
it feels like, and then be like, what do you like about this one? What do you like about this one? Let's change this. No, change this. No, add this.
I know. So we may even have to get your all's help on it too. I mean, if you see a poll question,
yeah, there's a couple things.
You might try to answer it for us.
Did you put this on there?
No.
Okay. Interesting. I've just never seen that before.
It might just, I don't know.
Okay.
Who knows? Y'all know me in the technology. You know me in the technology. So,
are y'all doing any fun Elvis things or events coming up? There are several things. Like I said, the Branson Festival was this weekend, and I'm so sad that we couldn't go to that one because I bet it's really good.
Oh, you know it.
And Medine Z did a Facebook Live on his way to his show on Friday because his show was the kickoff for the Branson Festival. And then Ryan Pelton is hosting
wow,
it.
Okay.
He was hosting it. So that would have been cool to see him.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, coming up next at the beginning of June is the Tupelo Elvis Festival. On mine and Holly's list of things to eventually get to. So I hope a lot of you are maybe going to that. If you're looking for a great festival to go to, Tupelo would be a great one because while you're there, you're right at the birthplace and you get to visit it and the museum and, you know, see where it all began.
Yes.
Maybe you'll run into Tupelo Tom Brown.
I know you will.
You definitely will. You definitely will. But that's coming up. And then the July 4th weekend extravaganza is coming up at Graceland. So I know a lot of you can't make like Elvis week or birthday week work as far as your treks to Memphis and Graceland. But the July 4th weekend is a great one to go to. I know that they're doing a show that weekend with Emilio Santoro and Sean Clush.
That's going to be good.
You know it. I know. Emilio Santoro and Sean Clush. That's going to be a great show. And then they also do like a whole fireworks show. Yeah. And that's put on and organized by Argo. And he coordinates all the like music to the fireworks and everything, which I love a good fireworks show.
Me too.
And you can't beat a fireworks show with all Elvis music. Am I right?
For sure. And you are correct. But I'll tell you, that's just all these little weekend getaway things are so great. Like, if you're like a lot of people, Elvis Week gets a little bit overwhelming. It's long, it's expensive, it's crowded, and if you are, you know, got a little social anxiety or don't like crowds, you know, Elvis Week is not for you maybe because it is crowded. But these little weekends, they're not quite as crowded. If there's other things you want to do, like visit Lauderdale Courts or go to Tupelo or whatever, it's like you're not gonna.
You're going to have time.
Right, you're gonna have time. Plus, there's not like a wait list to get on there or something. Like I don't even know. If you could even get into Lauderdale Courts and all that during Elvis Week, so I'm sure people book that up. But so if you want to have a little bit more calm, not as crowded experience, and just want to have a couple of days at Graceland, these little weekend things are great, even if there's nothing going on. Heather and I have talked about it, you know, maybe going down for a weekend just to explore all the things we don't have time for during Elvis Week, just coming when there's like nothing planned. That way we don't have a schedule and we can just get up and go, what do we want to look at today? Or what do we want to do? Where do we want to go? So we're going to eventually do that one day too, because once you get your schedule for Elvis Week, it's like boom, 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 boom. You got to go, you got to be here, and you don't want to be late, and it's, you know, crazy. It's crazy. Now you need a vacation from your vacation. If you go to Elvis Week. Literally, you totally do. We always take usually like an extra day just to relax and decompress and like not do anything. Like we just lay around for a day.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, those are really good to do too.
Yes. Let's see. Look at some more comments and questions. What?
I'm just laughing at myself because the connection is so bad. You can't see my nose. I just look like 2 lashes and some teeth.
Oh, goodness.
Telling you what.
Let's see. Carrie says, did we see the TCB dinnerware that Graceland has for Presley for a day to eat on? I did see that. Yeah, you know, we've talked about that very expensive Presley for a day tours that Graceland announced. I don't know, it's maybe what, 6, 7, 8 months ago now?
Yeah, so.
That you can go and you can do. It's like a group of 4, $6,000. You get to like, you know, do your whole day experience called Presley for a Day, and you get to eat they've renovated the old barn where Lisa Marie used to keep her pony. Mariah, and they've named it Mariah's house, and they've renovated it. And as part of the Presley for a Day spectacular, you get to have dinner in there. And apparently they've designed these really beautiful, like white. Did you see them?
No, I haven't seen them yet.
They're white with gold, like etching and stuff, and like the TCB in gold and stuff. And like that's apparently the dinnerware and like the glassware and silver and everything that you get to eat on while you're in there. Yeah, and I guess you get to take it. I guess you get to keep it as part of your like swag bag or whatever. Awesome. So it is really cool. But a lot of people were like, "Is this offered separately?" And of course, I don't think it is.
I don't think so. I think that's what makes it special. Yeah.
But a lot of people were bummed, and they were like, "Oh, I'd love to have that on my dinner table. I wish they would do it." So maybe eventually they'll do like a different version or something.
I mean, hey, you could probably find Elvis and Priscilla's Chinaware on eBay. I'm sure somebody, because I'm sure she picked something popular from back in the day. You probably could just get that.
Everybody's saying that they saw the Baz post and they're super excited. I love Tisa. She says, "My hair just went up." Okay, Linda. So she says the finals are at 2 in Branson. So I guess they haven't picked a winner. Well, I know that Jimmy's in the top, like whatever they do, top 5, whatever. So
just
maybe I predicted something weird. It wouldn't be weird.
Wins?
What if he wins? And
that would be
I like
creepy.
said it already.
That would be creepy. But
hello, Joyce in Australia. Man, I've always wanted to go to Australia.
It's beautiful.
I know.
It is beautiful.
It's so pretty on like the pictures and stuff. I really want to go to Australia.
Yeah.
Let's see. Everybody's saying they saw Patrick's post and they were so happy that he's back.
That's so great. The Elvis family is so wonderful.
It's
so great.
I know. Like he was just flooded with comments and likes and things, and I was like, oh. And I know that it did my heart good, and I know it did his heart.
You know he's
I know it did his heart. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Carol, are you serious? Carol says she used to be a baton twirler.
I knew it.
Love.
I knew that's why we're kindred spirits.
I love that.
I'm telling you what, Heather and Holly, H Square dedicated their lives to twirling.
That was our big thing that our mom put us in, and that we did was twirling in pageants. Like I feel like every little girl or boy has their thing, whether it's a certain sport or dance or gymnastics or cheerleading. But ours was baton 24/7. And we have a gazillion trophies to prove it.
I know, we're trying to get rid of them, y'all.
What do you all do with your trophies? And I'm not talking about we got 2 or 3 trophies. No. I'm talking about, and still to this day, it is currently in our dad's downstairs. We call it our playroom, but he has like a basement rancher currently. And he has a huge room downstairs, and all of our trophies are now piled in there. But I'm talking
over 1,000.
Oh yeah.
Over 1,000 between the 2 of us.
From like this size to like 10 foot.
Yeah, I mean, and we don't know what to do with them because I hate to throw them away, but then there's just nowhere. I'm like, do you give them to Goodwill? Because who really is going to want a giant truck? I don't know. Yeah. But if y'all have any ideas, let me know, because I have been struggling. I know there's a trophy place that recycles old trophies, but it's way over on the West Coast, and you have to mail your stuff. And these would take $1 gazillion. They
recycle them, melt them down?
No, they reuse them. You send them your trophy, and I guess they take the placards off or whatever, and they I don't know if they give them out to repurpose them maybe. But I'm to ship these things and all the work, because I'd have to take a bunch of these apart. I'd have to, this one, her 10-foot trophy over there, that's hers. I mean, it would take forever to disassemble it and put it in a box, and probably $1 billion to mail it. So
yeah,
let me know if y'all have anything, any ideas.
I literally think we're just gonna have to pick out our 4 or 5 favorite ones.
And my favorite one broke.
Donate them.
My favorite one, it was my very first trophy I ever won, and it had a little Madrid on top, and it snapped off. Sad. And I don't know if I can fix it back unless I bet
you can super glue it.
No, I've tried that, but I'm I could be janky and put some duct tape on it, but that won't look good. So I'm a little sad about that. But I digress.
Let's see. Looking at some more comments.
I know we're talking about everything today, y'all.
I mean, hey.
I know. So much. I'm so glad y'all joined us. That's so sweet of you. I know as summer gets here, it's harder and harder because everybody's got something fun to do and wanting to be outside during the weekends. but maybe it's raining, so y'all need a little pick me up, and that's us. That's what we're here for.
Yes. Oh, hello, Teresa.
Hey, girl.
She also has a baton from childhood. Was everybody a major?
Well, I think it was a Southern thing.
Yes.
I'm telling you. I think it wasn't as popular up north. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, they had it up north, but I really feel like when you were little back in the day, and you're in the South, you either, if you're a little girl, you either cheerlead or you majorette. That's like your choices. So I think nowadays it's like branched out and girls can do whatever and do anything. But back in the day, that was your, or dance. So it was dance, cheerleading, baton twirling. That was your thing.
I know. Holly keeps saying she might post some videos because I also had a love of pageants. I love a crown. I love a crown and I love pageants. And I did Miss Tennessee for several years, and
always won talent. Every year was the talent winner as a baton twirler. And I mean, she beat out the singers, the dancers, the opera, the piano, the instrument, you name it. This one right here. And I was going back because I'm trying to get Dad's stuff in order.
Yeah, maybe we'll post.
And I'm telling you what, they are phenomenal. Like to this day, I'm still like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that. It's so good. And then you can hear me screaming.
And I didn't twirl to an Elvis song, which I always wish that I had. But I did do Proud Mary, but Tina Turner's version.
And you can't go wrong.
Yeah, because I had to have like a really fast, like upbeat, and Tina also from Tennessee.
Yeah.
And I loved Tina Turner.
Oh,
loved Tina Turner. But yeah, I did. Proud Mary was my theme song.
That was Heather's Patch It Up.
It was my theme song for my twirling. So good. And I was so excited when I did Miss Tennessee, because the very first year that I ever made it finally to Miss Tennessee, because it's almost like the Elvis tribute artist. You have to qualify.
Yeah.
Like they had preliminaries all over the state of Tennessee in different cities and stuff. One year I was Miss Music City. And you had to go to these preliminaries and you had to win them and qualify, and then you earned your place to the Miss Tennessee pageant, which was in Jackson, Tennessee, every year. And the very first year I ever finally qualified, they always had like themes and stuff, was Elvis. And I don't remember the guy's name.
Well, listen,
but they had an Elvis tribute artist. And he came and performed, and like we would come out and do little dance numbers and production numbers and stuff while he performed and sang. And I was so excited.
I'm gonna have to find that and post it so you guys can tell us who it was.
I was so excited that year because I was like, oh my gosh, what luck. This is my first year and it's Elvis themed. It couldn't get any better.
And I found some old pageant stuff with some friends of ours, because Daddy back in the day had the camcorder, and so he would take not only our stuff, but if we had friends and stuff, he would take them. And this is like when we were really little. So I want to say it was the Miss Tennessee pageant, and it was Elvis themed as well, but you weren't in it. We were little this time. And I've been looking at the guy. I cannot decipher who it is, so I'm gonna have to dig that out too and put it on there, and then you guys tell us if you
I need to try to find, because they always have program books,
Oh yeah.
I need to try to find, because I have all my program books. I need to try to go through and find, and I bet you it says it in there.
You know what? You need to do that, yeah, because that would be so fun if it's like somebody we kind of know.
Yeah. See, I can tie everything back to Elvis. See, I just tied twirling, pageants.
There you go.
Back to Elvis.
There you go.
Let's see.
I feel like you're always 2 degrees. You know how they say you're 6 degrees from everything? You're like 2 degrees from Elvis.
I am. I am. He's my little guardian angel.
Oh.
Hello, Donna. She says she loves Emilio. He's the Elvis she grew up loving from 1956 till forever.
I'm telling you. He's turned me around, y'all. He's turned Holly Norman around. I used to not be a 50s Elvis person, but thanks to little Emilio, I'm all about it now.
Yeah. Yeah, he's great. So if you get a chance to see him,
and the Elvis movies I'm watching.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know Elvis is so.
He's real cute in the 50s.
So cute in the Elvis movies. He's so good looking. Let's see. Hello, Lisa. She says again, if anybody lives in Southern California, or you're going to be there the weekend of June 6th through the 7th, Priscilla's going to be at the Hollywood Show. Autograph show again. Yeah, Priscilla's been all over everywhere.
Listen, that woman is keeping the roads hot.
I know, she must have been somewhere. I wonder if Teresa's talking about Bristol, because Teresa in her comment a minute ago was like, we should have loaded up and gone to see Priscilla last night.
She was in Bristol, and she was in Kentucky.
Okay.
She's been in Kentucky the last few days. I know, we should have.
Well, I need to post mine and Holly's pictures because I will say kudos though to Graceland for that, because Holly and I sometimes we get the packages for Elvis Week and Birthday Week. Sometimes we don't. And depending upon what extra perks are offered and everything. And a lot of times they'll offer like special photo ops within the packages. And so that's always enticing. You know, if Holly and I are like, oh, we'd really like to have our picture with this person. And, you know, maybe this will never have the opportunity again. So let's do it. So literally like, you know, years ago, it was the 85th birthday, actually, 85th birthday celebration. Priscilla and Jerry came to the 85th birthday week at Graceland, and they did photo ops as part of the package. So Holly and I got the package, and we got our photos with Elvis and Elvis. I wish, with Priscilla and Jerry. And then after that, we did the Jungle Room sessions that I told you about, where you got to go sit in the Jungle Room and listen to James Burton and
David Briggs
and Larry Strickland talk about, you know, recording in the Jungle Room and all that stuff. And we got our picture with them, like in the Jungle Room. We had to take our shoes off. It was amazing. It was amazing.
That was the highlight for me.
It was amazing. We had to take our shoes off, but we got to, like, you know, feel the carpet. And then we also got our picture with Linda Thompson when she came to Elvis Week for the first time a few years ago. But anyway, whenever they do that, they take the pictures. They always have a professional photographer that takes the pictures, and then they just send you a link in your email that has the pictures. And you're supposed to download it, the picture, but I didn't do that.
Well, Heather just thought it would live forever in her link in her email.
I literally thought, so I kept all the emails. Like, I kept all the emails. I even had them in a special little folder, and I had the links and everything. And I was just like, yeah, I thought, okay, they sent you this link. Like, it's always going to be there. Like I don't necessarily have to download it. Like, the picture's just going to be there. And so another update we'll talk about in a minute. Holly and I are doing a brand new website that's going to be really exciting. She'll tell you more about that in a second. But in accordance with doing that launch, Holly, you know, and I was like, gotta get all the pictures of us with, you know, we gotta have like our pictures with the celebrities on there and stuff. I mean, Lord knows we paid enough for them. But anyway, I went back through, y'all, to try to get the pictures, and the links were gone. It did not exist. It was like page not found, and I was panicked. I was panicked. So I like started texting Holly, because a lot of times whenever we get our pictures, they would send them to us, and I would immediately look for them, you know, to see like how they turned out. And a lot of times I would text them to Holly. I'd screenshot and text them to her and be like, look at our pictures. And I was going back through text trying to see if I had texted them to her, and I'd only texted like one of them. So I was like freaking out. So I reached out to Graceland marketing, and I was like, you know, please tell me that you still have these and I can get access. And they did.
Yeah.
And they sent me all the links. So I got all the pictures. And so I was like, so thrilled about that.
Yeah. So kudos to Graceland.
Yeah. And now I have no idea how I got on that story and why. We were talking about seeing Priscilla before that.
Wow, you just went on a
100-mile
trek and
back. I don't know what led me to that. There was some comment or question that led me to that.
Well,
but anyway, I got the pictures back, and y'all will get to see them because we're going to put them on the website. But I was, so appreciative and so thankful that they still had those. Because I guess they keep all those and archive them and stuff.
They'd have to.
Yeah. So if that ever happens to you, reach out to Graceland and EPE, and they have them. So
yeah. So anyway, thank goodness, kudos to them.
I don't even know why how I got on that story.
Who knows with us, y'all? You know, we're just going to talk about whatever.
Terry's asking if we saw John Foster on American Idol. He sang Jailhouse Rock.
I did see some clips of that. Yeah, somebody would like that.
Oh, she said his mom's a huge Elvis fan and named his little sister Presley. I feel like a lot of people have named their children Presley.
It's a great name.
I know, it is a great name.
It's a great name for a boy or a girl.
Yeah, I'll have to look it up. I feel like I heard something about it.
Yeah, I saw it like on the internet.
See, it's so cool. It's so cool when you hear about like The Voice or American Idol or America's Got Talent, and these people are like singing, you know, Elvis songs and stuff. That's really cool.
Yeah. Always
anyway, do you want to talk a little bit about the website or the thing? And then
it's a work in progress, because I will just say this is just my PSA announcement, because I've had several people message me going, oh my God, I wanted to get like a t-shirt or a bracelet
that's
or something.
I want you to talk about it.
And the website's gone. Well, I took it down for now because I am revamping it, because, you know, 2025, new H squared, new everything Elvis. So we're like really trucking it on with some new stuff. So I am revamping the website to include more of Heather and myself and all that we're doing here, and try to put the videos on there, and like Heather said, pictures, and give news updates and all that. So it is a work in progress, because, you know, we can't ever decide on anything. Like I've literally been for days just looking for like what template I want because I'm terrible with technology and terrible with like graphics and all that. So all that said, if you want something, if there's something you were wanting or needing, just private message me or email me. Because I can still get it for you. I just don't have the website at the moment. We're trying to get it all revamped and ready to go for when we launch this year's Elvis Week and this year's goodie bags and all that. So everything's going to be in one place for you guys. Yes. So,
but it's coming, and it's going to be really exciting. It's going to be good. You guys are going to love it.
I mean, it's simple. It's going to be simple, but it's going to be very direct and just let y'all know here's what we're doing. You know, we're thinking about having a little page that just gives you news and updates on like where we're going to go next or what we're going to do. And then after we go, we'll put up pictures of it and stuff to where it'll all be in one little place for you to look at. And also put our videos on there if you need to go back and look at something. Because you just never know. Like Facebook's doing this weird thing about taking down the live videos now. So I figure if it's all on our website, hosted by us, it'll be there forever. Because I really hate to lose some of these great lives that we've done throughout the years of different people and stuff.
I know.
So
still don't have my Dean. Still don't have my Dean Facebook Live. Nobody had it.
No.
I'm very upset about it.
That's okay.
A couple people were asking. I totally forgot that we weren't on here last weekend.
Yeah.
But some people were asking, how did you like the race?
Oh my gosh, y'all.
I forgot. I feel like it's been like, even though that was just a week ago, I feel like it's been like a year ago.
I got back and not one person, and by that, not one person, I mean Heather and Dad asked me about my trip. It was great, y'all.
You told us all about it on the phone that day you were driving back.
Well, anyway, I went to the Talladega race. I will say this. It is redneckery at its finest.
And we can say that because us and our family are rednecks.
I was about to say, I can talk all I want about rednecks because we are all rednecks over here. But I mean, I was like, wow. But it's a once in a lifetime experience. It's like a bucket list thing. Everybody needs to do it once, especially if you are from the South. Probably people up north are kind of like, why in the world would you go to
I don't know. I think it'd be something cool to see.
It was really cool to see. I want to take Heather and Daddy back and show them. It's so loud. It's so magnificent. It's so breathtaking. It's so awe-inspiring. It was an amazing experience. I'm so glad I did it. Shout out to my little friends that live in Alabama. They really treated me right. I got to go to not only the Talladega race, but there is a Talladega National Park, which has the highest point in Alabama. If you'd like to know, we went there. We did some kayaking, which I found I love now. I want to take you. I think I'm going to be an avid kayaker.
I don't know if I could. And I know this is hard to believe.
I think you're going to,
because people always are like, I can't believe this about you. But fun fact, weird fact about me, I can't swim.
Heather is scared of water. I adore water.
I'm not scared.
You're kind of scared.
But I'm kind of scared. Yeah, but I can't swim.
Well, we went to they call it, this is so funny, people in Alabama, I think they're more country than us Tennesseans. They call it floating the creek. And my friend was like, hey, we're going to go float the creek. And I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I was like, do I need to buy a float?
I would think that's
do I need to get waders? Yeah, I was like, do I need to get waders? What am I doing? She's like, no, just bring your swimsuit. All it is, it's like you get they have very shallow little creeks that are kind of circular or like a little path. And you literally just rent a little kayak boat. I think they're called a kayak. It's just like a little teeny, it looks like a surfboard with a place for you to sit on it. And you get your little oar and like literally parts of the water. This is why you wouldn't be afraid. Parts of the water are only maybe a foot deep. Like you can see the bottom at all times. Like I think the lengthiest it got was like 4 to 5 feet. So even if you fell out of your boat, you could stand up in the water. And it's not like I went whitewater rapids. Rafting one time. Now that'll scare you to death. That will scare you to death because I literally was holding on for dear life thinking I'm about to be pitched out of this boat. But this is it's like a lazy river almost. Like you're just kind of paddling. You can even use like some people, instead of getting a kayak, they got those little round inner tube floats and you just sit there, like you sit in your little float and just float on down the river. Like you can bring a cooler. People had snacks. They had coolers. I mean, it was a great time. So I'm going to try to get Heather to go one day. Yeah. I'm sure they have something around Nashville that you can kayak. But so I had a great time. Thank you for asking.
Yes.
It was so much fun. I looked for Elvis sightings, but I didn't see any. But when I say Talladega is in the county of Munford, Alabama, and my little friend warned me. She was like, now listen, there's not much here. There's a couple of restaurants that are like local restaurants. That's it. And when I say she was correct, I mean, to get to the Walmart or anywhere, you have to drive miles. So there wasn't much around there in Munford except for Talladega. Like, I literally think that is the only thing in that place.
That's hilarious.
So, but it was great, y'all. I had a great time.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. No, Brenda, unfortunately, we're not going to David Lee's Clam Bake Festival. I wish. That's also such a cute one that I want to go to.
I know.
And he's got a great lineup this year.
Well, and he's just so great.
Mhm.
I just adore
Yeah, I
David
love
Lee
David Lee.
and everything about him and his sweet wife. Like, I just love him. What a great guy.
Yeah.
What a great representation of Elvis.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Yeah, I was trying to look through the comments while Holly was chatting about races. Eva,
Sorry.
thank you for the stars. That is much appreciated. Much appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
But on to something super exciting. So,
before we let you guys go, we have got some serious things to show you.
Yes. And as Holly and I always say, we could not have a better community of Elvis besties than what we have created and what you all have helped us create. And we can't thank you all enough for spending your Sundays with us or your Elvis weeks, your birthday weeks, and messages and comments and things. But it goes above and beyond when you guys are so kind and so generous to send us things, gifts in the mail. We get so excited when they come and when they arrive. And we have to give a huge shout out to our dear Elvis bestie, David Trotter, in the UK, because this man, holy cow,
he's above and beyond.
Above and beyond. Yeah, he's the one that sent us his books here a few weeks back, and then he sent us the Elvis hair that we were so excited about that we showed a few weeks ago.
We're looking for a frame for it.
Yes, we're looking for a frame for it. And then now this week, he generously surprised us again with something incredible.
Yeah, y'all gonna dive into it.
You want to talk about it?
Yeah. So I got this in the mail. I had no idea about it because I was in Talladega at this point, so I didn't get his messages because I was just off my phone because they don't have great service there, honestly. So I did not see anything, so I had no idea. I get home that day, y'all. The day I got home from Alabama, there is this cute little pink box in my mailbox, and I'm looking at it. I open it up. Well, y'all, look how cute number one the box is. Oops. And it's like cute and everything's pink. And there was this sweet little letter from David just saying that this was something that we could debut at Elvis Week and that we would always carry a little piece of Elvis with us. Well, there is a lady, Kelsey. We'll give her a shout out. Kelsey from Rising Sun Jewelry Company. It's if you look it up, it is a little confusing. If you go to the real web or Google, it pulls up like a different company that's called Rising Sun. But if you go to her Etsy shop, she has an Etsy shop and it's called Rising Sun Jewelry Company. Let me show you her little logo, which we just thought was adorable because, you know, Rising Sun, it's like Heather said, if you're an Elvis fan, you know, but if you don't know, you don't know. So it's kind of like
it's a great name anyway.
It is a great name. But anyway, she makes memorial jewelry. So you all probably have heard about all this. You can get pieces that have like a loved one's hair or
a pet's
clothing
hair.
Or pet's hair or just something little that even ashes from their urn. You can have that like kind of memorialized in jewelry. Well, we had no idea this even existed. And David surprised us with it. And you know us, we're always looking for fun Elvis related things. But this is absolutely stunning. So she creates jewelry pieces. She does bangles. She does necklaces. She does earrings, all with Elvis swatches from Elvis's clothes that she got. I'll let you talk about that. She got these authentic pieces of Elvis's clothing.
Yeah. So, and these are handmade, custom handmade by her. And so, yeah. And the funny thing about this whole process is that these are the certificates of authenticity, which I will talk about here in just a second. But yes, David sent this to us, and then Holly was gone last week. And then the certificates of authenticity, they come separate because they're from the authentication services. So they come separate from her jewelry. And when I got home one night, on the porch was a package, and I opened it up and it had this in it, but it didn't say, like, I didn't recognize the name that it was from on the package because it was from a gentleman, and I was just like, oh, it's just one of our Elvis people. And then I opened it up and I pulled these out and I was like, this is really cool. I was like, okay, I guess it's just like this, like authentication certificate. And I was like, this is really cool to have. And I had no idea that this was coming. And then we got David's message, and luckily he messaged us and he was like, you're going to be getting the certificates separately. And I was like, we already got those. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's actually necklaces coming. But anyway, so apparently, yeah, like back in the day, I guess Colonel Tom, and I've heard Alicia and Argo talk about this on the Graceland Baby. But Colonel Tom was a master marketer, but he would take pieces of Elvis's clothing because I'm sure like on the movie sets and stuff, especially Elvis always had duplicates of shirts and jackets and pants that he had to wear. Even for photo shoots, they probably had duplicates of he would wear like 2 or 3 different outfits.
Yeah.
And he would take the pieces and cut them up into little swatches of material and then use those for like
promos,
selling and stuff. And so a lot of that still exists. And so there is this particular company, and I'm trying to remember what this is called. The gentleman's name is Lyndell Morris, and apparently he's been a collector himself, I think, for a long time. And then he's in coordination with, what did I say, Rockology? Stephen Schutz, maybe is how you say it, or Rockology. And they have the authentication for these pieces of fabric and wardrobe and everything. So anyway, this is what it looks like. And this is what it says. It says, this letter certifies the following item is authentic, a custom necklace. This custom necklace contains a personal clothing particle from Elvis Presley. The personal clothing particle originates from a personal clothing swatch via RCA Records circa 1971, with the swatch being dispersed to create the particle inside this custom necklace. This letter shall accompany the custom necklace and reflect the images attached with the letter. So here's like the swatch.
There's a blue and a teal green.
And then Kelsey has taken it and created this gorgeous peacock inspired necklace, which how much Holly and I love the peacock. And so, yeah, she has put the particles from the swatch into the jewelry and created like beautiful jewelry and stones. And here they are.
Look how beautiful. She said, or David had one made for each of us. They each have 2 different colors from Elvis. So now I feel like we'll have a little piece of Elvis with us at all times. So
and
one of them's gold, one of them's silver.
And that's what I love and appreciate. So yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. David is so thoughtful and so like thinking about things, when he does it, because they're both identical, except for he did one in gold. And hold on, I'm gonna
Heather's got the silver one.
I'm gonna try to show this. So he did one in gold and one in silver. So we had one of each color, because we'll mix and match and switch. Because I'm the type, I love any jewelry. I love gold and silver. But absolutely gorgeous. And I mean, what David said in his little note couldn't sum it up more perfectly. It is so cool because one of my like hashtag goals in life is to eventually buy and own something of Elvis's, something he wore or owned or had, glasses, a book, a jumpsuit, whatever. I eventually want to own something. And so right now, this is the closest thing I have to owning like a piece of clothing or something of Elvis's. But I love what David said about now, we'll be carrying Elvis everywhere we go. He'll be with us, and commemorated in this beautiful piece of jewelry that Kelsey's put together.
And what ties in is one of the themes of our goodie bag this year is the peacock. That's going to be a theme.
So it's so weird.
That's going to go. I know. I was like, that's so weird that we got these peacock necklaces. We always talk about it. And one of the pieces that we're doing for the goodie bags is going to be peacock related. So this is so much fun and such a crazy thing. Coincidence, I guess.
Okay.
The stars have aligned.
All right, I got it on.
Oh, wow, you did.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Gorgeous.
I want to wear it every day, but then again, I don't because I don't want to mess it up.
I know.
But I am going to probably wear it every day of Elvis week.
Yeah, well, I'm going to save it for, special Elvis events and stuff. Like I always wear mine and Holly's bracelets that we made last year. Like that's my thing now. I have a ring that says Elvis that I wear every time.
Uh-huh.
Holly usually forgets hers, but I wear mine every single time. And now this will be a part. Like I
I
will literally every time I
know.
go to like an Elvis festival
Well, because it's
or
so
event.
dainty, you can also wear other things with it. You can
Oh,
layer, because you know, like
definitely.
layering of the necklaces.
Yeah,
and
because I'm
like the whole
eventually
big
going to get my
thing.
TCV necklace.
So you can layer them both. But yeah, so shout out to David. Shout out to Kelsey. Thank y'all both so much for these beautiful gifts. We cannot thank you enough. But we were so excited. So
I know.
y'all gonna see us sporting these out at the next Elvis event.
I know. But literally, thank you, David. That is
Mhm.
so kind, above and beyond generous.
Yeah.
We will treasure them.
Yes, they are already treasured. But
Yeah,
so,
love it. Fantastic job. Fantastic job.
I know. So thanks again, Elvis besties. Y'all are so sweet to us. We appreciate it. We never expect anything, but it is always appreciated. So thank you.
It is appreciated and it is treasured. Absolutely. Trust me.
That's true.
Trust
That
me.
is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody's loving them.
Aw.
I know everybody loves the peacock suit. I know. I love the symbolism of peacocks and the meaning and everything, but yeah, super excited.
You know, there's peacocks in Graceland.
Yeah.
There's peacocks.
Yeah.
Like,
but what a cool idea.
Yeah.
Like a different, unique idea that
Mhm.
Kelsey's come up with to take those pieces of fabric and
and to kind of share them with the world.
Yeah. And so
so
those little pieces go even further.
Even further.
Cool idea.
Yeah.
So Rising Sun Jewelry, Kelsey, thank you. David, thank you.
We appreciate it so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to go back later on tonight as I always do because I see so many more comments and questions and things coming, and I will go back and try to read all of those again. But for now, we're going to let you go on this rainy Sunday. But yeah, stay tuned because again, we're working on the goodie bags as fast as we can. So maybe in the next few weeks, announcements are coming and we will be doing pre-orders. So you can go ahead and just get yours and relax and know that you have it. As Holly said, we might be sending out some questions to you all this week or next week, taking a poll because we can't decide. So we're going to let you all help us decide on a few of the items and things of what we're going to do. But thank you all so much. I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday.
Yes, and we will see you next week. Bye, y'all.
Bye.